Hey guys, and welcome back to Sonic Chronicles. This is the end of Chapter 3, and I believe we're heading back to Green Hill Zone now, Flame?
Yep, we are. We've got that thing from the swap bot we felt bad for. Actually, no, we're going to the Mystic Ruins, apparently, or... Yeah, I'm not very good at knowing where I'm going. Don't mind me.
It's fine. I'm gonna be honest, I forget events, like, in the proper order for this game, so I'm gonna be like, hey, we have to go to the final boss. Tom, we're only in part 7, what are you doing?
Oh, but here's why I was picking big at the end of the last part. There's your answer.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Knuckles cannot withstand the poo gas. He has just enough brains to sense it.
Well, to be fair, he could glide over it, but he's just too stupid to do it, I guess.
Alright, let's see what this big lad has in store for us. Robodillo. Not quite an armadillo, not quite a robot, but you get a good minion.
It's got spikes on its back, so you don't want to get too close to it either way. And that's why I'm running up to kick it.
There you go, just kick it right in the face.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Richie, what's your opinion on the mooks we've been fighting thus far?
They have been alright, nothing spectacular. I mean, to be fair, I don't think many of the enemies in this game are that exciting. I mean, they do get a little bit more intriguing once we get into the second and third portions of the game because of what occurs. I say as if, it's any surprise as to what occurs, but people might have, decided to miss Chronicles and don't really know much about it, so I'll keep the suspense alive for a little bit longer, at least.
Thank you.
So yeah, they're not hugely exciting. I mean, it's one of the things that I think Sonic has... I don't want to say always struggled with, because there are some very memorable enemies in the Sonic franchise, but I think the whole robot thing, sometimes you do end up being a little bit limited in what you actually can do with them. Like, these Robodillos are basically just spiky moto bugs. There's always some form of enemy like that in a Sonic game. You have like the egg fighters, which are like the swap bots, so they all sort of blend together a little bit.
Well, I don't understand. This is a personal nitpick. I don't think it's something the game does wrong, per se. Like, these enemies are fine, I think. There's a lot of recolors down the line, and just like, different models of the same basic enemy type. But they had years and years worth of Sonic enemies to pick from. Why couldn't these be those weird armadillo things from, like, Spring Yard Zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it's one of the things that back in the classic games, a lot of levels were defined by the enemies that you'd encounter there. Because you think of the motorbugs in Green Hill, and say Chemical Plant, you got them little things that shoot out, and you mentioned these Spring Yard things and whatnot. It kind of became as much a part of the area's identity as the visual look of it. And then over time, there's some of these more generic looking things like this showing up here.
Yeah.
And also in the main games as well, the egg pawns in Heroes, they replaced having specific enemies for each zone with let's just sprinkle some egg pawns in, sprinkle some of these other generic robots in. And granted, they fixed that up a bit in colours where they themed the egg pawns to the level, so it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
The ones with welcome signs in Tropical Resort, I love them. They're just trying to be friendly, and we're gonna beat the fuck up out of them anyway. It's not fair, but hey. I don't know. It's just when you see these more generic things, it feels a lot less memorable than having properly themed ones, I reckon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It feels like a fan hack sometimes. I know that might be pretty harsh. I definitely don't mean it to be, because like I said, the enemies are fine. They fit the world of Chronicles. But as for me, for all the fan service in this game, that's just one element where it's the game and the writing doesn't quite mesh for me. But again, nitpick.
It's not the end of the world, but it's noticeable, especially given it's an RPG and you're going to be fighting these things a lot in long battles, because that's another thing, because it's got a turn-based battle system, you're going to spend more time looking at these things rather than just, either roll through it or spin dash through it or jump on its head, which takes a second. Okay, so we've got that thing done, and again, we're going to wait to see if I can remember where I'm going next.
It's fine, Flame. You're on this adventure just as much as Richie or I am.
Yeah, waiting to see what me playing the game like a week ago was doing at the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Credit where credit's due. I gave Flame a sort of flexible deadline to record stuff, which is to say, I was like, I want to start recording here, and Flame went, oh, okay, I'll try and have it done by then, and to which I replied, it's fine, as long as we got enough for a recording session, that's fine. But, you know, God bless him, he did the whole thing in that time.
Well, I mean, because I ended up quite liking the game, you know, I've just wanted to keep playing it.
I won't judge you for that. It got shit done, and that's all that matters in the end.
Well, you're the one who thinks your fucking Wiimote Waggle game is underrated. Drive Sonic like a car.
Oh.
You can't talk to me about an RPG, you know.
Secret Rings, sorry. Yeah, there's 2 Waggle bullshit games on there, so I had to think for a second.
Well, no, because Black Knight actually controls properly.
No, you
yes,
are not.
it fucking does.
No, it doesn't. And to quickly move away from this, look at this kid's fucking head.
Okay, Tom, are you in a position to be talking about that?
Well, I mean, my head doesn't look like it was crafted by Tim Burton, so...
Just saying. You're gonna pick on someone.
Not relevant in the slightest, but I kind of want to watch Coraline again. I kind of missed out on doing so for this year's Halloween.
Totally fair.
I don't think I know what that is.
It's a really good stop motion movie, in my opinion, a little bit better than Nightmare Before Christmas. Although, I wouldn't say as iconic, but I digress. Giant scorpions, these guys can be actually pretty deadly if you let your guard down. Definitely the strongest enemies we've fought thus far.
Yeah, you can look at like their hit points there, like they're dancing around the 200s, which I think most of the enemies we've been fighting have been like 100 or so, leading up to 200. So it is a bit of a spike.
Yeah, I think the only one who hasn't been, well, who has been close to this was actually not Knuckles, Shadow. He was the only one who had like 250 health. So yeah, you can tell the difficulty level of these guys.
Yeah, well, Shadow's the coolest, so that's justified. These guys are just random enemies.
Yeah, it doesn't help. And also, is the one thing that can make these fights be particularly frustrating. I believe that one of the more frustrating types of enemies later on is frustrating precisely because they have a large amount of health and they're quite defensive.
Yes.
So they just end up taking forever to defeat. And that's part of, I think, the reason why this combat system is not terrible. It's not brilliant, but the thing that kills it a lot more than the actual system itself is just the fact that it ends up taking as long as it does. So fights just end up feeling tedious after a while, and that just makes everything then feel like it's dragging on longer than it perhaps actually is, and that's what then makes you start to get maybe a bit bored with the game and yada yada yada. It's just a sort of vicious downward spiral that starts to occur just because of how slow it can feel.
Yeah. Flame, remind me, can regular enemies get back up from being knocked down one, or is that primarily or exclusively the SWAT boss?
Some enemy types have the ability to do that, so the SWAT bots are one. There's some others I think later on that you need to defeat in a certain way to get rid of them for good. So it does come down to the particular enemy type.
Yeah.
So again, that is something that I suppose differentiates him and is trying to discourage you from just doing my strategy of keep hitting the fucker until he dies. Yeah. Although you end up so powerful in this game, you can keep hitting the fucker until he dies anyway.
Oh, we're coming. We're just setting up right now. Don't worry about it.
Just wait there calmly while I come and kick you in the face. It'll be fine.
To be fair, like, if I saw a giant scorpion, I wouldn't even, like, attempt to fight the guys.
Yeah, well, true. Maybe Sonic's got more balls than you.
See, he missed one. There were two there, and he missed one. So if you miss any of those, you just fail instantly. And I think that's kind of shit. You should have halfway healed, honestly.
Yeah, that'd be a fair way to balance it, I think. I suppose, at least to be fair, that isn't an overly difficult prompt. That was me just fucking up and me finger slipping.
No, refresh is the harder one.
Yeah, refresh is the hard one, but that is another one where you need to get it all down. So yeah, that works for that one, but it should be, you know, at least give you a little bit, throw you a bone here and there, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, particularly because obviously in both instances you're expending PP, so you might as well get something out of it, even if it's not as good as you would like. I mean, in some ways that might make the game a little bit easier than it already is, but I don't... It's one of those things that you could sort of see as just... It's helpful. It's not necessarily taking away the challenge. You don't have to use it if you don't want to, but it just makes it easier for the people who do want to / need to use it, so why not give them that option?
Oh, go on, be snarky. Oh.
I'm sincere sometimes.
How the fuck... Oh, he made a defense system out of this piece of metal. Interesting.
It's convenient, because we're also looking for pieces of metal, aren't we? Weird how that works out.
Yeah, do you little kid know what it does? Exactly, you don't. You just thought it looked cool. I am exactly the same way, kiddo.
Let's completely get the name wrong of the place we've got to take him to, translation team. Good on that.
Wait, what did it say? I missed it.
It said Emerald Town.
Yeah, it referred to the central city as Emerald Town.
Huh. That's not even like a typo. That's just a straight up mistranslation. How do you mistranslate Central as Emerald?
I don't know, like, unless it was just like early name for something that got left in the final script.
Maybe, yeah.
Or maybe they're trying to divide up the areas, so like maybe the whole section is Central City and there's like these different segments of it, I don't know.
Yeah, although I have to say, obviously you're bringing up mistranslation. It wouldn't have been mistranslated because obviously the game was originally created by BioWare. So,
oh yeah.
And the story was written by the people at BioWare, so there was no translation element to it.
So they did just fuck up.
So they literally did just fuck up, because the game didn't come out in Japan until like a year later. So, which I mean, honestly, that is always a weird thing to think about. Sometimes is obviously generally. In this era of gaming, more so earlier than it, but still happening at the same time, games came out in Japan, then it'd be about 6 months to a year before they reached the West, and that was always a pain. They've gotten better at that as time's gone on. We're now generally much closer in terms of release dates.
Now, son, you've been threatened by a giant scorpion, too, in fact, but you're grounded also. By the way, that guy's art did not match his character model at all. Off the kid goes to get even further punished.
Yep. I'll properly yell at you once Sonic's gone.
And then, like, when Sonic's out of, like, iron earshot, the guy turns into a giant scorpion, and then the kid turns into a giant scorpion. Turns out he was just visiting relatives, and we completely got the wrong end of the stick.
Oh, we're kind of, like, proper balance, you know?
Yeah, true. There you go, the dream team. This is a pretty well-balanced team, I gotta say. If you're not going for, like, technical stuff, like with Tails, you can't go wrong with Sonic, Amy, Knuckles, and Cream, especially when Cream has the aforementioned game-breaking Chow.
I'll be keeping Cream on my team anytime I get the option to from here on out, just because, you know, or why wouldn't I?
Yeah. Why not?
I mean, I'd say pretty much for most people, if you haven't picked up Cream, then it's your loss. But also, generally, if you picked up Cream, you're gonna use Cream because she's easily one of, if not the best party members, purely because of her healing capabilities. Once either, you know, you get the super helpful Chow, or you manage to figure out the timings on refresh and heal and all that jazz. Yeah, she's just indispensable, and I love that. The fact that she is a generally underused character, and she's just so useful here that you're not going to not want to have her in your party. That was a bit of a complex way of saying that sentence, but I hope it made sense.
Yeah, you had a bit of a word salad going on there, but it's fine. Thank you, game, for only shoving a battle onto us, and not another go around, collect things, puzzle, and then a battle, and then this. See? Credit where credit's due.
Yeah, it gets the fuck on with it when it needs to, and I can respect that. But yeah, you saying that about Cream and her character and that, it's weird because as a character, I really do not like her that much. She's just like the annoying young child character. And so I did have to adapt to using her and begrudgingly accepting that this character I don't like is really fucking useful in this game. I'm just gonna leave Knuckles dead there, he doesn't have the item, it's fine.
Cream's probably most annoying feature was her voice in Heroes, I'd say. It definitely got better, especially in like Generations, but there's no character voice clips in the game at all, so I don't really understand your distaste.
Well, no, because it's just like her design and just like the way she is. I don't really like that whole, you know, juvenile, bit excited, bit that sort of character in Chronicles.
Does it remind you of a time and emotions once lost flame, joy that you can no longer experience?
Yeah, I hate fun.
Yeah, exactly. We all hate fun here at HFC. Fuck fun and fuck this thing in particular.
I swear we'll get them eventually.
If I've noticed one thing you have trouble with is doing things from the top of the screen to the bottom. Oh my god, Amy's eyes. Fucking nightmare.
It looks like, you know, she's just had the drops in them and it expanded her pupils.
Yeah, let's do this. I hope you're ready, Flame, because this can be a bit of a game breaker, a wall, if you will.
Oh yeah! I mean, I'm pretty sure that when, you know, Sonic-a-thon was happening, it was this very boss that ended the run, from what I recall. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure it was this upcoming boss that did you in.
Oh, on the Sonic-a-thon.
Yeah. If it wasn't, it's definitely the one which I would say is the wall or the potential run killer. Just because.
Well, if you shut up, I can tell you,
tedious.
Richie. Come on, man. No, it was a few chapters after this. Actually, I got much further than this.
Ah, fair enough. But this fight is still hellish.
It is if you're not prepared for it. Though I think I did get myself prepared a bit off screen in prep for this.
Here they come. Oh lord, they coming.
We're just gonna stand here menacingly, it's fine.
I forget, is this a two-part fight or not?
Maybe? It was a week ago.
I know, but yeah, I think this is a two-phase fight. Just knock out the SWAT bots, you know how they work, chip away at health evenly, and then try and knock them all out on a single turn. Otherwise, they'll revive, and they revive quite a bit of HP now.
Yeah.
Yeah, thankfully it's not like excessive amounts. Like, you still do have a chance of knocking their revived amount out in a round, so you're not likely to get in a fix here, but it's just like an annoyance just to have that extra round that you gotta do.
Oh.
I understand, Mr. Robot Man.
It's like Snorlax on a bad day. Come on, guys.
Well, maybe if you didn't wake him up, you wouldn't have this problem.
I have a Snorlax on my Let's Go Pikachu team. I called him Unit in all caps.
Nice.
I'm in awe of the size of this Lax.
He is coming indeed.
Indeed. Oh my god. Like, somehow it's extra worse when it happens to Cream. Just being socked in the fucking face.
Yeah. I think this is actually one of the things I'm just noticing that I think can make some of these fights a little bit more infuriating than they perhaps should be, is that some of the enemies just can hit really hard.
Yeah.
Like these guys are doing like 40 hit points at once, which means they hit you 3 times, you're basically dead. Which, that, I think they could have balanced it a little bit better, like maybe make it so that maybe they hit 20 at once or whatever, because sometimes you're doing like, yeah, full hit points to them, at most 20, so just the balancing seems off, which I think is probably also, yeah, is what makes this fight harder than it has any right to be.
To be fair, it's a sort of mini-boss, it's meant to be kind of difficult.
I get that, but, you know, you gotta be very careful balancing, like, stuff when you do this. Otherwise, again, you can wall players, and this was meant to be a entry-level RPG, for lack of a better word. They may not have designed it that way, but that's just the way it comes off to me, per se. And these enemies are tough, and they auto-revive. They have auto-life. You know, not just once, but every single time.
True, yeah. I suppose I'm just not as bothered by it, but then I'm just sort of calmly ploughing my way through round by round here, so it's not really doing too much to me.
There you go. Oh, he did it! He actually did it!
I done did a thing, guys.
Yay! Cream will come into her own. The power level will rise to unprecedented levels once we get that Chow, but in the meantime, I just have to keep repeating it, like some kind of mantra to stop me from going crazy.
It's fine, it just keeps happening over and over. Yeah, I think this was around the time where I was starting to get a feel for the timing on them tappy tap things.
Yeah, you're definitely
so
you're definitely getting into it, mate.
Only took me 3 chapters, but I'm getting there, I'm learning, lads.
Well, you had to, like, come in at the ground floor. You had no prior experience playing the game, or even how the QTEs work.
I know, but still. It's totally worth my time keep using Sonic's basic attack, even though it's just chipping away 1 point at a time. Don't know why I'm doing that.
Why didn't you get, like, the revolver slam, so you can have some Sonic and Knuckles buddy powers going on?
Because I didn't think of it.
Well, I just look at the pretty colours, and if it has 2 characters that I know will be in a team, I go for it.
That does require having both the characters in the party, and I've been changing the party quite a lot, though.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can't change your party unless you go to a base. So it's not like other, RPGs that you can just do it on the fly. I get why they did it, just to have like a centralised hub and so on, but still.
It's one of the things where it feels a little bit arbitrary in places, though. When you get to the cutscenes and all the characters are clearly there,
yes.
They've travelled with you, but they're not in the team, so they can't help out in any way. It's just like a bit of gameplay story dissonance, and I get that it kind of has to be there, so you don't completely break the game, but still, it just stands out.
The thing that actually I think they should have done it where you can just select your party members, but obviously the whole turn-based structure is clearly very heavily inspired by Final Fantasy X. I think it would have just made sense to, follow that through a little bit further and have the ability to, switch out your party members in the middle of a battle or just when you're out and about in the field, because sometimes you might think, oh, I want to get to that thing. Oh, wait, I don't have any characters that can do that. I've got to go all the way back to the hub, come all the way back to here to get to that thing. Or it might be you're in a battle situation where you've got a party member who could have dealt with an enemy more effectively, but you've got no way of kind of bringing them out to do so, so you're just going to have to suffer through a fight, which could have been over quickly because you came up against an enemy that you didn't realise you were going to come up against that requires a different character to deal with.
I understand completely. Yeah, I was definitely following all of that, but Richie, you have good words, they come out of your mouth in a manner that is pleasing to me.
Yes, just sometimes they're a little bit of a mess. It ends up in a, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly kind of fashion.
To be fair, we have been recording for almost 3 hours here, which is not the HFC norm, because I burn out quite fast, let's put it that way.
Yeah, and also to be fair, I had to go down to London to work yesterday, so I'm just like, ugh.
I had to walk 10 minutes down the road earlier, that's hard work for me.
Well, it is when you have anxiety on your level, mate, so I'll cut you some slack here.
Yeah, true, but it's also fun to make fun of, and I understand that.
Almost there, guys, almost there. So close, so close.
I was too busy getting smacked in the face by a robot. I sort of zoned out for a second there.
It's true. It's just like, but still, I see it, and now it's all within my reach.
Oh, endless possibilities of better games that we could be playing right now.
Exactly.
Imagine you're the SWAT bot that gets KO'd by cheese. How embarrassing.
Well, like we discussed earlier, cheese is OP as fuck. If you ever played Advance 2, then you know that. Like, cheese can take down Eggman's robots from like the other side of the room.
Very true. Yeah, very true.
If anything, it's more embarrassing to get knocked out by Knuckles.
Oh, that one's gonna revive. Oh. Look at that, 55 repair.
I can probably get 55 out in a round, to be fair.
Oh, now you use the special moves.
Now I've decided to maybe stop being a dumb fuck.
Maybe there isn't a second round. Maybe I'm thinking of another part of the game.
Probably.
There are some multiple phase bosses, so yeah, it'll be another one, because I don't think I'll get another boss down in a minute.
Nope. I'm having
He
none of
very
that.
clearly hit there, but it missed, so I'll take it.
Karma got Sonic at the end. He couldn't run fast enough. Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. That can be really annoying if you're not properly prepared.
Oh yeah.
Knuckles got the inflated pupils there, Jesus.
Oh, well, he was happy with the events that transpired here. Oh, it's Eggman! Look at him prancing.
I love that run animation so much.
It's great.
I didn't want you to attack. It's fine. I'm good now. You finished, Eggman. I'm here to end the chapter. What? Eggman playing good. Oh, come on. I've seen why they do this enough times to not be fooled.
Oh yeah.
No, that's the fucking expression.
I'm the angriest man who ever lived. Ooh, Peter's here. I fucking love that scene. Oh, but yeah, a little twist in the tale, as it were. Someone is using Eggman's stuff against him, and he's mad. And, yeah, when he's on our team, we're going to be glad. So please join us in Chapter 4 of Sonic Chronicles, The Dark Brotherhood, when events continue. Goodbye!